What's good, you two? American Rock said it again. Um, I just want to do a little bit of a little discussion on what blacklisting is and how when you identify as black, you actually put on a blacklist without you even knowing it. Um, First of all, I'm gonna go to the legal definition of blacklisting. Okay. All right, let's get to it. Blacklist refers to a register or a list that contains the name of persons who for some reason are denied a particular privilege, recognition, service, or access. Usually, a person whose name is there in the blacklist will not be allowed to work in particular field and will be excommunicated from social circle. Okay? So this is what your black leaders are not telling you. All right, they are aiding to put you on a blacklist. If you identify as black, you are on that list because you tick the black box and you list yourself as black. This is why there's no peace, there's no justice for black people, because black people is on a blacklist. It's that easy. Okay, so you need to think about what you're doing and what you're saying before you say it or do it. Okay, just trying to help you all out. All right, just trying to show you the door. Okay, so I'm gonna get more detail to what blacklisting is. Slide over to Wikipedia. Blacklisting is the action or a group or authority compiling a blacklist or blacklist of people, countries, or other entities to be avoided or distrusted as not being acceptable to those making the list. The blacklist can list people to be discriminated against and cannot be employed. Okay? So if you're wondering why you're being discriminated against, it's because you're on that blacklist. You call yourself black, you're on that list, okay? You're listed as black. It's that simple. As a verb, blacklist can mean to put an individual or entity on such a list, okay? So, your status as far as being black puts you on the discrimination list. And you have no privileges, you have no rights, okay? Because you're on a blacklist. You're black, you're blacked out, you're blacked, okay? And so I'm gonna build a little bit on what jurisdiction is. Okay? Slide over here, see. Jurisdiction. I wanted to do the etymology first, okay, before I even do the legal meaning, okay? It's very important that you understand what's going on, because being on that blacklist, you're deprived, okay? So, keep calling yourself black and see how far that's going to get you. Guarantee you won't get anywhere. Okay? I could guarantee that. Jurisdiction. Administration of justice. Okay? This is the etymology of jurisdiction. Early 14th century. Jurisdiction. Right? More French jurisdiction. Right? And directly from Latin, iuris dictionem, nominative iuris dictio, administration of justice, jurisdiction from phrase I jurisdictio, genitive ius, law, right, okay? Jurisdictio, a saying, to show, right? Meaning extent or range of administrative power, domain over which a legal or judicial authority extends, is from late 14th century, meaning judicial authority, right of making and enforcing laws, is from early 15th century, the form in English, simulated, right? So your status is going to determine the jurisdiction, the extent or range of that administrative power. So the extent or the range. So your status is going to determine if they have the range or the extent to administer your affairs or your state. Okay? So I'm going to pull up the legal meaning of jurisdiction. The authority given by law, right, to a court to try a case and rule on legal matters within a particular geographical area and over certain types of legal cases. It is vital to determine before a lawsuit is filed which court has jurisdiction. Okay? So whenever you get an invitation to these courts, you got to ask yourself, what jurisdiction are you being invited in, and does it apply to you? And if so, why and how? Where? What contracts did you sign, and how did you sign those contracts? Do you restrict your autograph? Okay, you could restrict your autograph on these contracts. So this goes back to being on the blacklist, right? Remember I read earlier what blacklist is. Blacklist refers to a register, a list that contains the name of persons who for some reason are denied a particular privilege. Recognition is very important. You're not recognized as black. Recognition for you, okay? Service or access, usually a person whose name is there in the blacklist will not be allowed to work in a particular field and will be excommunicated. So you're excommunicated from social circle. Okay? That's what's happening in all these situations with this black stuff. You try to explain it as simple as I can so you could get just the simplest way of expressing it for you. This is how they get jurisdiction over the blacklist. They administer the blacklist by not recognizing the black. Okay, so there's nothing to protect a black person. Okay, power of court to adjudicate cases and issue orders. Territory within which a court or a government agency may properly exercise its power. So what territory are you a part of? Are you a part of the commercial territory? Or because law is land, air, and water, okay? So are you on the land? You dealing with the air, or you dealing with the water? You know, that's a trust right there. Law is really a trust. So that's three points, right? Law, air, and water. That's your trust. Okay? What side of the trust are you on? Are you on the water side of the trust? Are you on the air side of the trust? Or are you on the land side of the trust? Only you could determine that by just the words you use. Okay? So think about doing things before you do it. So one of the most fundamental questions of law is whether a given court has jurisdiction to preside over a given case. A jurisdictional question may be broken down into three components, okay? Whether there is a personal jurisdiction, which is over your person, right? So, aka whether the court may even hear the case involving the particular defendants. Are you a defendant? Are you going to object to your person being a defendant? Because you could object that your person is a defendant. Your person is your property, not a defendant, okay? In personam this jurisdiction, in rem jurisdiction, and quasi in rem jurisdiction, whether there is jurisdiction over the subject matter, whether there is jurisdiction to render the particular judgment sought. The term jurisdiction can be best understood by being compared to power. Any court possesses jurisdiction over matters only to the extent granted to it by the Constitution. Okay? Or legislation of the sovereignty on behalf of which it functions. So, in other words, the trust indenture of each court is a constitution. If it's not a constitutional court, then why are you even in there? Right? Why are you even there? Doesn't apply to you. But you gotta know what list are you on, okay? So this is just a simple breakdown of, think about what you're doing before you do it. You know what I'm saying? Before you go out there on them streets screaming Black Lives Matter, just know you're on the blacklist, okay? You're denied recognition. So in law, you have no recognition. There's nothing to protect you, okay? So you do the math. So thanks for viewing. I'm out.